Kent writes, it is clear we started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby. Now, there are two things about that. Number one, I think it's disrespectful and wrong to assume that the United States and the president, especially this president, whatever you think of him, does not act on his own agency and on behalf of the United States of America.
Usually
number one.
It's usually his own agency.
But on our own accord for the United States. But number two, I think we have to call this what it is.
President, you don't think he acts in his own benefit?
No, he's saying that he acts. He does not get coerced by other nations like Israel.
Okay. Wow.
I think it's a decision on behalf of the president. But I also think it is a very old school anti-Semitic trope to blame the Jews and to blame Israel. It's as old as time. When you've got problems in the world, blame the media, blame the bankers, blame the Jews.
Well,
and
he's
it is
known to
flat
do
out
that.
anti-Semitic. Absolutely, and I think we should call it what it is. And I think that
his statement,
the statement and the withdrawal. He does not blame the president. He blames Israel. And there's a lot of people who it's out there. And it is a classic case of quintessential anti-Semitism. And by the way, it is a dangerous time to do that because the Jews are under attack and we're fortifying our synagogues and our schools.
All right, enough of that nonsense. This is an old argument. People get angry about what's happening in Gaza. Is there anything wrong with that? And some of that anger gets directed at Jews as a whole. Some people say they hate Jews because they conflate that with Israel. But you cannot misconstrue the two. Being upset with the country is one thing. Being upset with the people is another. However, even if you are upset with the country, you should look to the leaders. It's the leaders that are making the decisions. And it is not all the leaders. Usually it is a very small group. They are making the decisions that many of us do not agree with. Now, we're not all playing some game of risk. We have to get up to go to work in the morning. We have to take care of our families. We're worried about our own interests. And rightfully so. Our leaders are making decisions on behalf of us. Now, of course, this was not Iran initiating, but to think that most people in Israel are irrational, I think that's wrong. And I think it's unfair. I know it is hard to separate the two. People say, yeah, it's the Jews doing it because there are Jewish people in Israel. That is the faith they follow. So then people categorize all of them and say, blame the Jews. But that is wrong. It does not make sense. That's like saying blame all black people or blame all Spanish people. But one thing that is not wrong is how the court of public opinion is framing this. They are saying that many of the problems that we see today, as far as the warfare and the infighting in that area, has to do with the authority in the region. That is Israel, backed by the United States, carrying out incessant campaigns that are murdering and genociding entire groups of people. That is not false. We are talking about David and Goliath here. The little guy always seems to be perpetually bullied, and that is what people are not happy about. I mean, for God's sake, we have politicians who are more worried about their political positioning that they cannot just denounce the war. And why would you think this war is good? Good for whom? Why can you not denounce Gaza? That does not mean you are anti-Semitic. I am totally against the war with Gaza. I am totally against operations in Venezuela. I am totally against operations in Cuba. I have no problem in saying that. Do you know why? It's fairly easy. Because to me, that is common sense. I do not want to hurt people. I just want to live my life just as the rest of us do. Let me know your thoughts.